Hello, I'm Grant with Grant's Game Rex, and I am back with my monthly series on the best games coming to retail this month, October 2021. And when I say that it's coming to retail, I mean that these are games that are coming to your friendly local game store, or you can get through the publisher, or they're available in online markets. Now, if it's something more specific like a big box store like Barnes& Noble or Target, I'll tell you that. But if I don't say anything, it means that it's coming to friendly local game stores and online markets. How am I getting this information? How do I know that these games are coming out in October 2021? Well, this is coming direct from publishers' mouths. Well, it's coming direct from publishers' emails. I feel like it would be creepy if I got it from their mouth, you know? This is coming direct from publishers' emails. I'm not like holding publishers' mouths open like, give me that information. I want to know about those retail releases. Ah! No, I'm not getting it out of their mouth. That's a weird phrase, isn't it? Why do we say that? Direct from publishers' mouths. I don't like it. I don't like it. Direct from publishers' emails. So these are the best games coming to retail in October 2021. Arcane Wonders is releasing Picture Perfect. I actually got a chance to preview this game at Gen Con this year, and I made a video for my Gen Con awards, and I picked Picture Perfect as my most innovative game I saw at Gen Con. It is a really interesting game where, when I first saw it, I was like, that doesn't even feel like a game, but it totally works. The object of the game is to arrange people for a photo to take the best photo of people. And all the different characters want different things. You know, one person is like, I don't want to stand next to Uncle Jeff because he smells like fish. And then another person is like, well, I prefer to stand next to Aunt Kitty because she always gives me a $5 bill. You know, it's just all these things. Those aren't real examples, all right, by the way. It's just everybody wants a different thing, and so you are trying to arrange characters and rearrange them in the photo to score the most points, and you will be passing packets around the table and opening them up and getting new characters' preferences and readjusting your arrangement as the game goes on. So it's a really, really interesting concept, and it does have some pretty cool table presence as well. AEG, in association with Flat Out Games, is releasing Cascadia. Cascadia is a very peaceful tile-laying game, and I have had the chance to play this one. And it's one of those games that's like really thinky, but also feels like relaxing at the same time. You are just building up your environment. You are placing tiles down that represent different environment types, and then you are putting wildlife tokens onto those environment type tiles. You know, I'm going to put this bear in this forest, or I'm going to put this bear on this mountain, you know, that sort of stuff. And it's very replayable because there are a ton of different scoring cards in the game. So you'll use a different combination of scoring cards. So, you know, in this game, I'm going to score if I have mating pairs of bears. But in this game, I can choose a different card and score the bears in a different way. So you can mix and match all the scoring cards. And, you know, it's just real nice. It's nature. It's nature on the inside. It's nature without bugs. Do you like nature but hate mosquito bites? Then play Cascadia. Blue Orange Games actually has two games coming out to retail this month. One of them is Neoville. This is about building a city that is a combination of human habitation and the natural world. And what a great theme. You know, yeah, we need to learn how to co-interact with our natural world a little bit more. You know, humans, not great at it. Not, can we dig it up and build something on it? That's how we interact with the natural world. Well, in this game, you don't want to do that. You want to like integrate your habitation area with the natural world. It is it's a tile laying game where you are trying to, I don't know a ton about it, but it's a tile laying game. So if you like tile laying games, then check this out. I will say it is also done by, the designer is Phil Walker Harding, and I really like a lot of Phil Walker Harding's games. He designed games such as Sushi Go or Imhotep or Baron Park, Gizmos, a lot of games that have a decent amount of strategy to them but still feel accessible to a lot of people. And this game, from the photos, looks like it's no different. Plays in 30 to 45 minutes, and fun theme that I like. The other Blue-Orange game that is coming out this month is Zoom in Barcelona. This is a game about traveling around Barcelona, taking photos to win a photography contest. Well, I'm terrible at taking photos in real life. I'm always like, is this an interesting photo? Nope, my thumb's covering it. Okay, I'm terrible at this. But I'm totally into playing a board game about photography, because then I don't actually have to take any photos. Maybe I could be good at photo taking in a game. I do think one of the funniest things about this game, though, is during the game, you will take photos of Barcelona and its beautiful locations, the iconic structures that are in Barcelona, and dragons. Yep. I don't know how dragons made it into that, but you're taking photos of the skyline and buildings and dragons. Are there dragons in Barcelona? Well, the real answer is yes. It says, did you know that you can find more than 400 dragons in the city of Barcelona? No, I did not know that. I had no idea. Now, these obviously aren't real dragons. Artists and architects included dragons in their work. Apparently, Barcelona, super into Game of Thrones, hundreds of years before Game of Thrones came out. Suck on that, Nostradamus. Barcelona figured it out way before you. So the goal of this game is to just race around Barcelona and take photos of stuff. All right, next up we have Brotherwise Games is releasing Night of the Ninja. Night of the Ninja is a fast-paced, hidden role social deduction game. And I enjoy social deduction games in general because they're usually highly social, and I play games to be social. I like hanging out with friends and making new friends and talking to different people. And Night of the Ninja supports 4 to 11 players, so nice for a big player count, and a single round can play in 5 minutes, so it's just really fast-paced, boom, boom, boom. The other thing I like about it is it's actually team-based. It is a team-based social deduction game. So if you die, but your team, the people that are in your house, win, if one of those people win the game, then you win too. So even if you get knocked out, you are still invested in the result because you can still win as a team in this social deduction game. So that is Night of the Ninja. Fight in a Box is releasing Mouse, Cheese, Cat, Cucumber. And if you want to hear my full thoughts on this, I actually made a Kickstarter preview video for this game. But one of the things I love is this is a game that can fit into your pocket that still has a lot of strategy and thought into it. I mean, literally, the game is about that big. It is a puzzle game where you are putting out cards and building out this maze. And each player plays, it's a 4-player game, and each player has a different hidden role, and they want different things. So the mouse is trying to get to the cheese, and the cat is trying to get to the mouse, and the cheese wants nobody to get to anybody and wants everybody to be friends, and the pickle wants everybody to get to everybody, and there would be chaos. Pickles are evil. So this is a game that has hidden roles because you don't know who is which of those things, but most hidden role games, like Night of the Ninja, are party games. This is a hidden role game that is not a party game. It is a very thinky maze game. You are putting cards down and you are getting to rearrange maze cards to sort of change the maze as the game goes. And you're just trying to manipulate the maze to your own character's advantage. And I think it's got a lot of thought for a game that is that small. Next up, Forbidden Games is releasing Dungeon Party, and this one is actually going to be in Barnes & Noble on October 15th. So if you're interested in Dungeon Party, it will be in Barnes & Noble, and then several months later, it will come out to friendly local game stores and other types of places. Dungeon Party looks so much fun to me. It is definitely a party game at its core, but it is the nerdiest party game you will ever find, and I mean that in a good way. It is a dungeon crawl that is mixed with the classic game Quarters. You are putting out tiles, and the different tiles represent rooms and monsters and treasures and things like that, and then you are literally, like Quarters, you are bouncing a quarter, and if you can land the quarter onto the monster coaster, then you can attack the monster, but if you miss, the monster attacks you. So you're still getting to do like fantasy-based stuff, fighting monsters, getting, weapons and treasures and things like that, but it's all built around just bouncing quarters, and it's this fun, silly dexterity thing. And I love it because it's one of those games that has like big table reactions and a lot of emotion that goes with it, where someone's bouncing and you're like, oh, whoa, you got it, or somebody misses and you're like, so close, not today. I just love those big table reactions in a game like this. So if you want like that fantasy theme, but still like this raucous party game feel, then check out Dungeon Party. Next up, Funko Games is releasing The Rocketeer. This is a 2-player only game where one person plays as the heroes and one person plays as the villains. There is a board in between you, and you are playing cards to move around locations, and you are... It's the same thing as the Rocketeer movie, where you're trying to like steal the secret plans for the Rocketeer, for the rocket, not the Rocketeer. You're not trying to steal a person. You're trying to steal the plans to make the rocket that the Rocketeer uses. I was a little bit surprised when I saw this game coming out, because I was like, oh, I mean, that's a weird choice. That game came out like, that movie came out like 30 years ago, right? We're making a game about a movie that was 30 years ago? That's a great movie, but it's certainly not an iconic movie. I mean, I liked it, but I haven't seen it in 20 years or whatever. But there's a TV show for The Rocketeer that is coming out. So, makes a little more sense now. All right. But if you're looking for 2-player only games, then The Rocketeer looks like a good one in that world. Next up, Good Games Publishing is releasing Land vs. Sea. And I also got to check this one out at Gen Con. And this is a tile-laying game that, at first glance, looks a little bit like Carcassonne or something like that, but there's a ton of more strategy to it. There's more depth than a basic tile laying game. One of the things that's different is every tile is double-sided, so you have to consider both sides of the tile when you're trying to place stuff down. And it's a simple theme in a game. You are placing stuff down, either creating land areas or sea areas, and you're going to score points for different things and for creating different areas of land or sea. And from everything I can read and things I've seen, it's a very, very thinky game. It's one of those games where you're like, oh, this is just going to be light and relaxed. No, there's so many choices and I have to think so much, and now my brain hurts and I wasn't prepared for it. But that is Land vs. Sea. If you want a brain-burning tile-laying game, then check it out from Good Games Publishing. Greenbrier Games is releasing Tales of Barbearia. This is they had a game come out a number of years ago that was in the Barbarian World, where, and you notice it's spelled with a B-E-A-R. Ho ho, we're pretty clever over at Greenbrier Games. So it's a bunch of bears being barbarians. This is a game that allows a lot of different things. You can adventure, you can brawl, you can build, you can do a bunch of different things. But everything involves a lot of player interaction. This game gets mean. You are screwing over other people. So if you have a group that loves that sort of a game and just like tons of player interaction, we're messing each other up all the time, then check out this. It is a highly competitive game, it says. It is definitely a versus game, but the artwork is adorable and it looks really fun and silly, and I don't mind player interaction, so I am going to be checking this one out. Pandasaurus Games is releasing Dinosaur World, the highly anticipated Dinosaur World. This is not a re-implementation of Dinosaur Island that came out a number of years ago, but it's a game in the same sort of world. Oh yeah, that's right, I went there. Dinosaur World is about building a dinosaur theme park. Wink, wink. It's not Jurassic Park, but it's kind of Jurassic Park. So you are, it's a worker placement and tile placement game where you are trying to build the best dinosaur park and take visitors around and do research and science and make better dinosaurs and all that sort of stuff. So it is definitely a very strategic game. So if you are looking for something that's a little bit on the heavier side, Dinosaur World would fit that for you if you like worker placement and tile placement games. Portal Games is releasing 2 games this month. One of them is Dreadful Circus. And I love the art style of this. Man, that cover looks super creepy and cool. You are trying to create the most unique circus, and everybody has different end game scoring. That's one of the different things about this game. One of the unique things about this game is that you are creating your own end game scoring scenarios as the game goes along. So how do you score at the end of the game? Well, I don't know right now, and you don't know either. You're going to figure it out as you go, and you're going to basically get different cards and items and things like that that are going to reveal different scoring aspects to you. I also like that this is a game where you are putting stuff into a box and keeping it secret, and then you can offer those boxes to other people, and people can bid. They can look in and decide whether they want to bid on that box or not, whether they like the stuff inside or not. And I love games that have hidden information like that. Oh, it's so intriguing. What's in the box? Literally, what's in the box? I don't know. It's not my turn to bid on it right now. I don't know. I think this game looks really, really cool. Portal Games is also releasing Dune House Secrets. This is a storytelling game based in the Dune world. So, we've had various Dune board games up to this point. Dune Imperium, very popular game from last year. But all the Dune games so far have been pretty like strategic Euro-y type of games. Well, this is a more storytelling game based in the Dune world. It's a cooperative game, and it actually uses the same system that Portal uses in the game Detective, a modern crime board game. So, it does require an app. If you're somebody that doesn't like apps in games, then maybe this is not the one for you. But you're not the app isn't driving the whole game. You're just sort of checking in with it at times, from what I can tell. But it is a highly immersive and thematic experience. So if you like Dune and you want to feel immersed in that world, then definitely check out Dune House Secrets. Prolific Games is releasing Kill the Unicorns to retail, and I have had a chance to play this one, and it is silly fun. It is one of the dumbest, silliest themes out there. You are in a kingdom that has been overrun by unicorns, and they are farting on everything, and their farts are toxic and ruining the plant life and stuff like that, and you are having to kill unicorns. Literally, that is the game. It is a bidding and bluffing game at its core, and so you're placing cards down, hidden cards that can change the scenarios and the conditions of the different unicorns. And some of those cards are going to help you, some of them are going to hurt other people. And then you are playing hunt cards out of your hand, but you're playing them face down, and nobody knows what the point value is that you've done on them. Whoever plays the highest hunt value gets to actually kill and keep that unicorn, and you're eventually trying to set collect and get, different colors of unicorns and stuff to earn points. But I love the hidden bluffing aspect and bidding aspect of the game, because, I could put 3 cards down and make you think that I really want that unicorn, but in fact I've played a 0, a 1, and a 1, and not my 4 and my 3, and now I just got you to overinvest trying to get that unicorn because I tricked you and I'm smart. I love games like that allow you to outsmart other people at the table, that sort of thing. So Queen Games also has 2 games releasing this month. One of them is Kokopelli. Kokopelli is actually from renowned game designer Stefan Feld. And, Feld is known for a ton of different Euro-y games. Castles of Burgundy, Bruges, Notre Dame, a ton of different games. Kokopelli is notable in that it is one of the lighter Feld games. Still a bunch of strategy, still a bunch of choices in this game, but it is on the lighter side of a Feld game. So if you have been wanting to try a Feld game, but you're overwhelmed by some of the bigger, heavier games that he has designed, well, maybe this is a good place to sort of jump in to Feld designs. You are playing cards and utilizing the abilities on cards to do different things. And I don't know what all those things are because I haven't played it. But, there's cards and you play them and then you score points at the end and it's a game. All right? So check it out if you want to check out some Feld stuff. Queen Games is also releasing Scrap Racer. And I love the artwork style of this game. It looks really fun. And it is a push your luck racing game, which are always fun to me. Those are, like I mentioned earlier, I like games with big table moments. And push your luck comes with a bunch of table moments. And racing games also come with table moments. And you put them together and it looks like a pretty fun time to me. You are rolling a bunch of dice and moving around this track and trying to be the person that wins the race. But if you roll doubles when you roll dice, you get a crash card, and those crash cards might set you back, but they also might boost you forward, or they might boost somebody who's in the back forward, and so it's unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. It's a silly, fun racing game from Queen Games. Ravensburger is releasing the new version of Horrified. This is Horrified American Monsters, and this one is actually already in Target. Came out right at the beginning of the month in Target. So if you've played Horrified, then definitely check out Horrified American Monsters. If you haven't played Horrified, it's a really great game where it's a cooperative game where you are moving around a map and fighting different monsters. And I like the game because it scales really well in terms of easy to difficult. You can play with 2 monsters and make the game difficult, or play with 5 monsters and make it near impossible. Horrified American Monsters uses the same system as the original Horrified, but it comes with a whole set of 6 new monsters, and all of the monsters are defeated and play in different ways. The monsters in this game are, the type of famous American monsters, like the Chupacabra and Bigfoot and Mothman and things like that. So if you like Horrified but you want a new challenge, you want new monsters, then check out Horrified American Monsters. Renegade Games has 2 games coming out this month. One of them is Gudetama, but it is a holiday version of Gudetama. This is a trick-taking game. It feels like a classic card game, but the trick of this... God, I did that twice in this video. That is... Look, 1 is fun. Twice is too much. I can't believe I just did that again. Ugh. Now I don't even know what else to say. Now I just have trick stuck in my head right now. The unique aspect of this trick-taking game is that you are actually trying to avoid winning the final trick all the time. You don't care how many tricks you win before that, but you do not want to win the final trick. And so it's kind of a fun, interesting twist on the trick-taking genre. And look, the holiday version is coming out right now in October because the holidays start early. You can't ignore it. You know, Christmas used to happen right after Thanksgiving. Nope, not anymore. Christmas is happening before Halloween. You don't get your day in the night Halloween. It's Christmas time, baby. Renegade Games is also releasing The Hunger. This is from the game designer Richard Garfield, who's known for tons and tons of different games, most notably Magic the Gathering. But in this game, a lot of people are comparing The Hunger to Clank. It's the same type of game as Clank, where you are moving through a map and you are building your deck and trying to build a stronger deck as you move through this map to different locations, and then you are trying to race back before daylight happens and kills all of you because you're vampires. Because you are vampires trying to eat people, and you got to get back before the sun comes up. So if you like Clank, then maybe this is one to check out. It's a it's a vampire theme, but the artwork is all sort of fun and cartoony and things like that, so it doesn't feel like dark and noir. It's a lighter vampire game out there. So, do you want to be a vampire without all the blood? Then maybe check out The Hunger. I don't like blood. It's too much for me. Ugh, I get woozy. All right, that's what I got for you this month. Those are the best games coming out to retail in October 2019. I hope you get a chance to check some of them out. If you have any questions about anything on here, feel free to reach out to me. I always try to respond to people. And yeah, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you soon.